On this episode of Game Shack, there's an optimistic financial report out for Arcade1up. I'm going to break down why it might not be quite as positive as it might look at first glance. And I'm also going to explain why I think this is going to greatly impact the cabinets that we see in 2024. All that and more coming up next. Hey everybody, welcome on back into the Game Shack. I am your host, JDV for Evil Genius Entertainment. Thanks for stopping by. As always, you guys are the primary sponsors of this channel, so if you can give me a thumbs up, it would really help this channel. And as always, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. All right, as anybody who is kind of a fan of 3/4 scale arcading / home arcade video game niche probably already knows, 2023 was not a terribly kind year for Arcade1up. They had all number of financial troubles, and they fired the CEO, let go of the guy who was in charge of acquiring new IPs, yada yada yada. That's pretty old news, but and that all led to speculation that 2024 might actually see Arcade1up go out of business. Well, lo and behold, a couple of days ago, Yahoo Finance published an article that seemed to say, no, the future is bright. And I'm going to read some parts of that out loud. But the most important thing that you guys ought to know right now is that it is not a true independent article by Yahoo Finance. No, instead, it is really just them reprinting a press release from the company that owns Arcade1up. Just know that anything that you are about to hear when I read from this press release, just understand that it is a press release. It is not an investigative report. It's not based on any kind of government filings or any kind of thing that the Arcade1up has filed with the FCC or FTC or any other kind of thing like that. This is simply a press release that Yahoo Finance regurgitated, so take everything that you're about to hear with a grain of salt. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit from this press release / article, and then I'm going to talk about really what all that means. Okay, award-winning Infinity game table and introduction of riserless deluxe cabinets drive sales that are expected to continue growing throughout 2024. Alliance Entertainment, distributor and wholesaler of the world's largest stock selection of music, movies, video games, electronics, arcade, toys, blah, 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 reported sales of the popular Arcade1up home arcade machine that exceeded initial forecasts in the calendar fourth quarter of 2023. Sales of Arcade1up products performed well and exceeded expectations during the 2023 holiday season, said Ken Glazer, Alliance Entertainment SVP of Sales. Throughout 2023, the team worked hard to right-size our arcade inventory levels, which began 2023 at 54.3 million. 2023 year-ending arcade inventory stood at 17 million. There was also more than 20 million in our new arcade inventory purchase in 2023 to support holiday sales. And our strategy and focus this year is on profitable sales growth with our arcade customer base. Success during the holiday season can be attributed to aggressive sales and advertising campaigns, working hand in hand with Arcade1up to drive consumers to our retail partners. This year's hottest items included the Infinity game table, also the introduction of riserless deluxe arcade cabinets, which include bestsellers Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man Galaga Class of 81, Mortal Kombat, and more, were launched mid-year 2023. These core titles are expected to show sales growth of more than 60% in 2024, with a more focused approach and consistent marketing pricing on core arcade SKUs. We expect there to be a renewed interest and excitement around the assortment in the coming year, concluded Glazer. And if you have any doubts about this press release being something that was meant to generate interest from outside investors, let me read to you part of the last paragraph of this article. It says, for investor inquiries, please contact MZ Group. And that is in bold, and that's the last thing in that article. Clearly, we are seeing an optimistic portrayal of their business right now, and this just was printed whole cloth by Yahoo Finance. And again, the whole reason that this has come out at all is because they are looking for outside cash. If you're looking for outside cash, it means that you're not generating enough cash not to look for other investors who will, of course, be looking to have part of the pie or at least some return on their investment. So right off the bat, you know that things aren't perhaps as rosy as this press release might indicate. So are we going to see any new kind of cabs coming from Arcade1up in 2024? And I would say yes, but probably only 3 or 4. And if we see an XL, it probably is just going to be more Pac-Man and or Miss Pac-Man / Class of 81. For those of you guys hoping to see a Mortal Kombat style cab in the XL or Street Fighter, I would say maybe. I guess a lot of it depends on if they still control those IPs, number one, and two, how long they control them for. Like if they only have them for another 3 months, then probably not. And again, they don't want to undercut the sales of those deluxes. On the other hand, I don't have any kind of confidence that they're still moving deluxes in the Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat cabs. So I do think that we probably will keep seeing those $299 sales, at least on Street Fighter and probably Mortal Kombat too. So if we do see any truly new titles, I would expect them to be in the 3/4 scale format. Robotron, Smash TV, Alien vs. Predator, which now is looking pretty doubtful in my mind because it is way far away from Pac-Man in terms of public visibility, but it does have some popular IP names, so maybe they're on the fence about that. But if we do, I don't think we'll see that introduced as an XL form factor. I think we'd see it as a deluxe, and that would be a really, really bad decision because, of course, you cannot even fit 2 people around those machines, much less 3. Hopefully, they listen to some people like me and just issue that as an XL cab sometime in November and get everybody excited for Christmas. I just don't know that they're that smart. All right, so you guys let me know down below what you think. Do you think this is just Arcade1up trying to put lipstick on a pig? Or no, there's some reason for hope now for this company. Clearly they did move some cabinets during the Christmas season, but they only did so because they cut these prices by 40–50% in some cases on their cabs. Are we ever going to see rational pricing from these guys right from the get-go? Or no, we're going to continually see high pricing to start, slashing the prices, and then see it ping pong back and forth as the season goes on. Let me know down below what you guys think. Okay, that's going to wrap this episode up. For those of you that are eagle-eyed, you'll notice that my pinball game is missing. On my next episode, I'm going to talk about why that is, so check that out. Love each other, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the Game Shack. Mwah!
Be sure to visit evilgeniusentertainment.com for exclusive content, swag, casting call news, and much, much more.